In 2005, I wrote in the Restrainer under the urging of a bishop how he was driving alone in British Columbia, Canada, making me way to me next concert, enjoying the scenery, drifting in thought, when suddenly I heard within my heart the words, "I have lifted the restrainer." I felt something in me spirit that is hard to explain. It was as if a shock wave traversed the earth, as if something in the spiritual realm had been released. That night in my motel room, I asked the Lord if what I heard was in the scriptures, since the word restrainer was unfamiliar to me. I grabbed my Bible, which opened straight to 2 Thessalonians 2:3. I began to read, "Do not be shaken out of your minds suddenly, or alarmed either by a spirit, or by an oral statement, or by a letter allegedly from us to the effect that the day of the Lord is at hand. Let no one deceive you in any way. For unless the apostasy comes first and the lawless one is revealed," that is, the apostasy rebellion and the lawless one antichrist essentially usher in the day of the Lord, says St. Paul, a day of both vindication and justice, the day of the Lord being not a 24-hour period, but what could rightly be called the final era before the end of the world. See 2 more days. How can one not recall at this point the startling words of the popes in this regard? Apostasy, the loss of the faith, is spreading throughout the world and into the highest levels within the Church. Pope Paul VI, address on the 60th anniversary of the Fatima apparitions, October 13, 1977. In fact, Pope Pius VI in an encyclical no less suggested that both the apostasy and the antichrist may already be present. Pope Pius VI, who can fail to see that society is at the present time, more than in any past age, suffering from a terrible and deep-rooted malady which, developing every day and eating into its inmost being, is dragging it to destruction. You understand, venerable brethren, what this disease is: apostasy from God. When all this is considered, there is good reason to fear lest this great perversity may be, as it were, a foretaste, and perhaps the beginning of those evils which are reserved for the last days, and that there may be already in the world the son of perdition of whom the apostle speaks. A Supremi, encyclical on the restoration of all things in Christ. Encyclical on the things 3-5 October 4th, 1903. But there is something restraining the appearance of this antichrist. For, with me jaw wide open that night, I went on to read. And you know what is restraining him now, so that he may be revealed in his time. For the mystery of lawlessness is already at work. Only he who now restrains it will do so until he is out of the way. And then the lawless one will be revealed. Now, this April 2012, I hear new words which I have pondered for weeks, spoken about several times with me spiritual director, and which are right now in obedience, that the Lord is going to remove the restrainer altogether.